Hi, my name is Kimball Cariou. I'm a candidate in the BC provincial election on May 9th, running in the riding of Vancouver-Hastings. That's the area between Commercial Drive and Boundary, and from the port down to Grandview Highway. And this, of course, is in the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples, the Musqueam, the Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh. So I want to begin by expressing my great respect to the Coast Salish people and my thanks for their generosity in welcoming us to their territories. And in particular, I want to express my solidarity with their struggles to defend the lands and waters of this beautiful territory from the corporate destruction that is going on today, and especially the big energy companies, which are trying to expand their pipelines and their tanker shipments across this territory, taking the tar sands bitumen from Alberta to overseas export markets. This relentless expansion of fossil fuel extraction and exports is one of the factors behind the pattern of climate change and global warming that's inflicting enormous damage on our planet, the terrible consequences for the people and the natural environment, including in this small corner of the world where we live. We need to take radical steps to stop this threat to our world, and that's the main reason that I'm a candidate in this election, because of the need for fundamental change. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. My family are all originally from the prairies, some of European ancestry, others are Métis people struggling to regain their heritage from the consequences of racism and colonialism. All of them are working people, farmers, railway workers, hotel cleaners. There were never any rich folks or exploiters in my family. I've been living in East Vancouver for the last 24 years, working as the editor of People's Voice newspaper, which some of you have no doubt read. It's published from my office right here on Clark Drive. For the last 15 years, my family and I have been living in a housing co-op at the corner of Salisbury and East Pender, here in the riding of Vancouver-Hastings. And like thousands of other residents of housing co-ops in this city, we're struggling to maintain our building together with our neighbors, to keep our housing charges affordable, to save our homes from the clutches of the big developers who want to make the biggest profits possible from the right to have a place to live. We're proud of our co-op, just like everybody in my riding is proud of the work that we all do to keep our families together, to put food on the table in these difficult times. But we're all also very angry at the way the provincial government under Christy Clark does the bidding of the rich in this province, making life so much more difficult for working people here in BC. This has to change. The Liberals have to be defeated on May the 9th. We're all sick and tired of a government that keeps cutting taxes for the wealthy and the corporations. The Liberal tax cuts, starting right when Gordon Campbell got elected, have cost the provincial treasury $3 billion a year. That's money that could be used to build enough low-income housing to completely tackle the homelessness crisis in this province. It's money that could be used to double the social assistance rates and disability rates so that the poorest people in our province could have some dignity, put some food on the table, and a decent place to live. It's money that could be put back into our underfunded public school system to reopen some of the hundreds of schools that have been closed under the Liberals, and to provide better teaching and learning conditions for students and teachers in classrooms right across the province. But unfortunately, none of the other parties will talk about this issue. None of them are calling to restore the tax rates to where they were even before the Liberals got elected. I remember in the last election, the NDP offered to raise social assistance rates by a pittance, by $20 a month. And it was a terrible slap in the face for the poorest people in our province. I have a lot of good friends who support the NDP, but I think they deserve better than what their party is offering. We all deserve better. We all deserve some fundamental political change, not just some minor tinkering. The best way to express that demand is to vote communist wherever we can. Please check out our platform on our website. Here in East Van, we can vote for myself in Vancouver-Hastings or for Peter Marcus in Vancouver-Mount Pleasant. Those are ridings that the Liberals will be defeated. There's no doubt about it. So you can afford to vote your conscience here. You can vote for real socialist parties, for a party that has fought for revolutionary change for over 90 years. A vote for the Communist Party is a vote to end capitalist destruction and exploitation. It's a vote for a socialist world, a world without bosses and wars and inequality. It's a vote you can actually feel good about for a change. But voting alone isn't going to change this system. We all need to be organizing and mobilizing year-round to win that kind of change. So I urge all of you to get out and join that fight. Get involved in the struggle to stop the pipelines. Join the fight for adequate funding for public education. Get involved in the struggles against racism and homophobia and transphobia, for equality of women and LGBTQ folks. Get active in your trade unions if you work for a living. Or if you're going to school, be involved in your student union. If you're a young person, you can join the Young Communist League, which has a very active group here in East Van. And of course, you can join the Communist Party. We're easy to find. We're at 706 Clark Drive. We invite you to come along, knock on the door, sit down and talk with us. We'd love to hear your ideas, and we hope you can get involved with us in helping to change the world. So I want to thank you for listening. I hope you get out and vote on May the 9th. Vote to defeat the Liberals above all. And you have a chance to vote for fundamental change, a chance to vote communist. Please take advantage of that opportunity. Thank you.